fine, just a bit dizzy.
Oh.
If an aristocrat like you is willing to come talk to me, then I will do my best to make time as well.
Oh.
Nerds like that think all girls are two-dimensional. Alright, got beverage, got book.
Did you start it?
Wifey? Yeah, that's why I was saying all these things.
It doesn't. Oh, it's
recording?
recording?
It's recording.
Oh. Oh, because it was still over the recording button, so it didn't show it. Okay, got you. I've got it.
Alright.
Alright.
Chapter 6.
Alright.
Use secrets.
Hmm?
Miss Claire! Alright, Renee. I came behind
Alright.
Claire, who was reading a book at her expensive wooden desk, and draped myself over her. Oh, right, you're heavy! She felt soft and smelled so nice. In the past, she would have shrugged me off at once. I mean, if that's not telling you something.
Can you put the light on?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Not from this, I can't right now.
From that? There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, that's better.
Alright, But now she let this sort of physical contact slide. We made amazing progress. If I did say so myself. What are you reading? Overview of the Bear Kingdom government system? It's a book about political and social systems in the kingdom. That sounds complicated. We were in a room and Claire and her roommate Claire has a roommate? Oh yeah, I think someone mentioned that. In the anime she does not, but in this she does.
Okay.
Shared in the academy dormitory. Her roommate hadn't returned to the capital yet, so it was just the two of us. There were still a few days before school started again, but Claire had insisted on returning so she could ask the history and political science instructors at the academy for some reading recommendations. She'd had her nose buried in a heavy tome ever since the incident at the Lucid during our vacation. Summer's coming to an end, but it was still sweltering. I was cooling the air around Claire to a comfortable temperature, using my water magic. Miss Claire, how about taking a break? I'm almost done reading this. I'll be with you in a moment. The events of Elucid had shaken Claire. Ever since she had thrown herself into the study of economic disparity in the Bear Kingdom and how the disparities might be addressed, I was a little disappointed that she had less time to spend with me.
Aww.
But I didn't want to get in her way of her newfound conscience. Nice. Doing something about the gulf between the rich and poor in this kingdom was aligned with my objectives. Not that I was going to explain that anytime soon. Miss Claire, I'll be right back. I'm going to prepare some tea and snacks. I still want some tea. She didn't answer, and she just waved her hand without even looking my way. She wasn't giving me the cold shoulder. This was just how comfortable she was around me. At least that's what I told myself. As I left Claire's room and headed towards the dorm kitchen, I baked some
Was it?
some kind of Maladines? Melody? I don't know.
Madeleines?
That's it. Madeleines, and was about to take them to Claire's room when, oddly enough, you turned up. Oh, Ray, you're back. Master, you, hello.
Yeah.
What was it like to be back home? Unremarkable. I see.
Oh,
What's that?
unremarkable.
You asked, noticing the Madeleines? Just some cookies. I thought I would make them for Miss Claire. They look good. Can I have one? You cannot. I guess not. They're for your beloved Claire, after all. Despite the fact that I was a commoner refusing the royal family, you was cheerful as usual. I couldn't read his thoughts at all.
I like how she, just says it so upfront. She knew that what she was doing was trouble, but she did it anyway.
Because she's Renee. That's what she just does.
It's for Claire.
It's for Claire, so basically pause off, right? Claire has really been studying hard as of late, hasn't she? Claire has always been a serious student. More than usual since the holidays. Did something happen? No, not really, I said evasively. Claire's insistence on painting Louis on the elusive hero had buried the truth of our experiences. There wasn't really anything I could say, even if I wanted to. I didn't know what was going through Yu's mind as he studied me, but his smile widened. Servants really have it tough too, don't they? Incidentally, if she wants to learn about peasant poverty, the church might be able to help her out. Huh? Don't look at me like that, you said. I hadn't really realized that my expression had gone grim. I don't know what went on during your vacation, but some of the academy instructors are concerned. They're wondering if Claire has developed an interest in the commoner movement. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Now that he mentioned it, that was an inevitable reaction to a dyed-in-the-wool aristocrat like Claire suddenly showing interest in the social systems and poverty in the peasant class. I'm not too worried, of course. Claire was born of nobility. But you didn't stop there. I don't believe this country can survive much longer on the path it's taking. I'd be delighted to discover Claire shares my views on some of our present problems. Wouldn't the real problem be you calling it a problem, Master You? That may be true. You responded gently to my rebuke. Please don't tell anyone I said that. Say only that I think it would be beneficial for Claire to seek out the church. And I'm not just saying that because of my mother. What does that? Hey! This is my fee for the advice. Delicious. You stuck one of the Madeleines in his mouth and winked playfully at me. I didn't really care for him at all. You said that? Yes. When I got back to the room, Claire was still engrossed in her book, so I demanded she take tea time break. I thought she would say no, but the surprisingly wrapped up in her studying without a fuss. It was love! The church, Claire said thoughtfully as she put her teacup to her lips. I don't think it's a bad idea, I affirmed. Subsiding on the rising donations from aristocrats and income, proportional costs for the medical treatment are both typical forms of wealth redistribution. I think there's something to... Oh, that's Claire. Hello, my bad. I was like, wait, why is Ray spewing this all of a sudden?
Right? All of a sudden she knows all about this, but Claire's the one reading about it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, wait, no, it does say that Ray affirmed.
Oh, Ray affirmed...
Oh, that is Ray!
The thing she said before?
This whole thing was Ray.
Oh.
Okay, interesting. All right. That's true, Claire said, returning to her cup and saucer, picking up a Madeleine. To be honest, I have to say any path to the resolution of poverty led by the political institution of this kingdom would be grim. The royals and the nobility are very deeply embedded in a system, siphoning wealth from people, after all. I nodded, urging her to continue. However, it is as though the aristocrats use their wealth solely for their own benefit. They conduct politics on behalf of their people, stimulate the economics of their territories, and protect them from the enemy nations, but... Still, water grows stagnant. There's corruption at work in this kingdom. Similar thoughts had driven the king to introducing his reforms. Let's see. I won't go as far as to say all royals and nobles have forgotten their purpose to protect the people as they rule over, but many see commerce only as a source of revenue, and people can tell, Claire groaned, adding that she learned this particular piece of information in a book written by the teacher outside the academy. The more I learn, the more convinced I've become that this country presently operates as simply unsustainable. So what do you do about it, Miss Claire? Ray? Claire opened her eyes wide in surprise. You can't change the past. This ignorance may be the sin of the aristocrats, but now that you know, what will you do? You can form a family with position authority. If you change, then other aristocrats may change too. So I said, but I was mostly trying to embolden Claire. People didn't really change it easily, let alone entire societies. I knew how the game ended. Here she goes, thinking about the game. Which meant I knew exactly how difficult Claire's struggle was, but still, I know that much. Claire tossed the rest of her remaining Madeleine in her mouth, chewing carefully, and then washed it down with tea. It wasn't very becoming behavior for an aristocrat. You really are cheeky for a maid, Ray. I'm very sorry. I love you. I would always prefer flirting with Claire to those painful discussions, so long as she wasn't in immediate danger. I couldn't help prioritizing her. Ugh, I'm going to the church. Go ahead and let it go of me, and let them know I'm coming. Understood? Claire and I stepped through the exquisitely carved gate. The lit lamps inside the building highlighted the historical architecture of the inner walls, evoking a sense of spirituality I didn't often feel. We're in the Buried Cathedral, head temple of the spiritual church. The church was the dominant religion in this world, and the cathedral was appropriately magnificent. Not as grand as the palace, of course, but much larger than the Francois Manor. Well, now that we're here, who can we ask about things? Okay. If you ask the receptionist, she'll fetch the person in charge. That was what I had been told when I announced Claire's visit, but that only gets you what the church wants you to hear. I want the truth. Ooh, yeah, girl, Claire said. And with that, she passed right by the reception and headed deeper into the cathedral. I rushed to catch up with her. I'm sure they have plenty of classified documents, but I don't think they'll just let you pick them up and look at them. I don't need documents. I can talk to people. Oh, excuse me. Passing the entrance to what was probably a hall of worship, Claire approached a nun who was in prayer. Okay, so Lily's a nun. I'm not sure if this is her. What is it? The nun started like a frightened squirrel at suddenly being spoken to. She was a slender young girl wearing a black wimple. What's a wimple?
That's what the nuns wear.
Oh, I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That all but hid her silver hair and red eyes. Okay, I think that might be Lily. I think someone said Lily had silver hair. I have some questions about this church. Do you have some time? Oh, this is the hour for prayers. The girl said, clearly implying we should ask someone else. Then I'll wait until you're finished. Claire's like, you cannot stop me, girl. Claire was oblivious. She'd been acting so righteously that I'd forgotten she was an arrogant villainess, too. Well, what is it? Claire had a fierce stare and overpowering presence. Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm sorry. Forget it. In any case, I shall be waiting for you to finish. Oh, yes. The nun shot her eyes over to me for a moment, as if crying for help, but returned to her prayer after I shook my head. There was silence. The nun looked completely in her element while praying.
Ray's like, I can't help you.
Shown moments ago was gone. Now, if it has to do, no, if it's like, just help Claire, right?
Right.
Instead, she looked like an. I've never. What?
Ecclesiastical.
Oh, what is that?
I can't pull out a definition. It's of the church, a painting, like in a church, probably.
Okay, upon closer inspection, she had an attractive figure and a pretty face. Yeah, of course, right? She seemed younger than Claire and me, but there was something about her that felt off. What are you gawking at? Claire said. I wasn't gawking. Oh, are you jelly, Miss Claire? What are you talking about? I'm not jelly. What is jelly?
Are you jelly? I'm
Be
not
quiet
jelly.
in the prayer hall. The younger girl scolded us. Claire and I couldn't believe our ears. Huh? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it is her. Sometimes that's Lily. Sometimes she says things she shouldn't. So her name was Lily, and she wasn't entirely meek as she seemed. Oh no, I had a soft spot for cute girls that shy and stutter. Me too. Lily, said Claire. I believe I've heard that name before. In any case, aren't you done praying now? Yes, I apologize for making you wait. Lily said, straightening her posture. I wish to ask you about the church. Will you speak with me? The church? It might be better if you speak to the public relations manager at the reception. I don't wish to hear what the church tells everyone. I want to know the truth about everything that happened here, including the problems. Oh no. Lily puzzled.
Including
Miss
the problems.
Claire desires to address the issues of the peasant poverty. I said, poverty? Yes, she was hoping the church might facilitate those efforts. I see. There's certainly some truth to that. I would like to help you, but... She turned her head and looked at me hard. I've seen you somewhere before, yes? I was actually thinking I'd seen you somewhere before too, Lily? But I couldn't for the life of me recall where. Not the most original pickup line now, is it? Oh, Jelly Claire is so magnificent. Claire piped it. No, I have no intentions of... That's right, I only have eyes for you, Miss Claire. Oh, Miss Claire, are you jelly? This time I think you really are jelly. I am not jelly. I don't even know what language that word came from, but stop it. I said to be quiet in the hall of worship. Senile eggplants. I like Lily.
Senile eggplants.
I like Lily.
Okay, all right, Lily.
Lily barked. Claire fell silent. So did I. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Lily's insults were so bizarre. It was hard to believe they're accidental, but she sounded genuinely contrite. An elderly man approaches. Is there something wrong, Miss Lily? Oh, Bishop Rona, these people wish to know more about the church, so I was going to speak to them. Miss Lily, you needn't bother with such mundane tasks. But she's a noble. It's not every day that the daughter of the Minister of Finance wants to talk to me. It seems my hunch was right. Lily had some sort of position in this church. I haven't introduced myself yet, but my full name is Lily Lilium. I am the daughter of the Bear Kingdom Chancellor, Solus Lilium, and I serve as the cardinal at the spiritual church. She said,
cardinal.
With an awkward laugh. She said with an awkward laugh, but please allow me to tell you what you wish to know. The church? Claire stopped her. You can skip the establishment of the church. I am very well versed in history. I see, Lily replied. Then I will move on to guiding principles. According to Lily, the church believed all people were equal in the eyes of spirits. I sought the blessings of the benefits of the spirits and prayed they be shared among people. There are noble families in the Bear Kingdom, but there is no social status in the eyes of the spirits. And yet, the disparity between rich and poor is very real, Claire pointed out. Lily nodded. Yes, that is why the church is attempting to redistribute some of the wealth. The church had two main sources of income. One was donations from the aristocrats, which it attempted to redistribute to the poorest charity. The other was a clinic, which asked people to pay according to what they could afford. So the church depends on royal family nobility to arrive. No, that's not the case. The church also owns land throughout the country, and even does some business. Lily explained, adding that it was actually involved in a wide range of activities, such as collecting taxes on its land, and dairy and crop farming. This allows the church to maintain a certain degree of independence from ruling powers of each country, which enables all goals to be fulfilled. I see. Claire nodded as she was listening intently. Do you take donations from commoners? I asked. Of course, but such donations are generally minor, and the greater ones are usually from prosperous merchants. So they don't contribute much. To the church? No, not quite. The opposite. The most important thing we receive from commoners is their faith. Faith is vital. It's what makes a church a real church. What's that? If faith is really that important, I'm an atheist, so I don't really get it. Lily was speechless at my modern Japanese sensibilities. Right, that was terribly rude. Apologize. I'm very sorry. No, I think I understand what you're trying to say. There are communities in the land owned by the church where non-believers live. There are people there who say the same sorts of things you, Ray. Lily continued. But religion is real. Religion gives power to people who would not have any. Otherwise, to put it in a way that someone unfamiliar with religion might understand, well, it is a well-scripted fairy tale that has been cultivated over the course of history. Cardinal Lily, said Bishop Rona, if the Pope heard what you just said, she would faint. Yes, you're right, sorry. She was correct, though. Religion depended on things that couldn't be verified, but a belief that history also gave it real power, and that power is supported by the faith of the people. I think that religion can also provide a system of values, Lily said. A system of values? Well, I mean, what to value and what not to value. How to express the relationship between things and without value. I'd read somewhere that Japanese people tended to think of religion as a foreign thing, but religion could interact closely with daily life and serve as a guidance of principles for how to live that life, like doctrines against eating pork, for instance. I've always thought religion shows people how to live better. I said. The problem is that when people's ideas of what constitutes better came into conflict, but this world seemed relatively free of such religious wars, disputes, so I decided not to get into it. Let's get to the point, Claire said. How does the church feel about poverty and war? I see it's a path to eroding faith in aristocracy and fomenting corruption in its ranks. I don't know much about the complicated things, but I think you are correct. However, I do not think this will last for long. You mean... Prince Yu said as much. The aristocrats will soon fall. Whoa! Oh, Claire paled at Lily's words. What does he mean by that? I'm unsure of the details, but Prince Yu seems to think that development of magical tools will usher in an era where an individual's skill will speak louder than their lineage. He said that when it comes to that, the nobles won't be able to stand up to commoners who outnumber them.
Prince Yu is meddling.
This was more or less what you had said to us in the commoner movement was picking up momentum. At the academy and at the time, Claire's only reaction had been pure denial, but now she could no longer abjure the truth of his words. I don't believe the nobles will simply stand by and see their titles abolished, Claire said. Of course, there will likely be resistance, but I do not think they can withstand the tide of history. Damn girl. Okay, in that case, how can the aristocracy be abolished? There are many countries who have already done so. For example, a country called France in the West. France spelled with PH, by the way.
Cute.
I like it. How did they... Lily paused for a moment. There was a revolution. A revolution? There was an uprising of peasant class, and they tore down nobility by force. In other words, it was a civil war between the new powers and the old. Are you saying there will be a civil war? The blood drained from Claire's face. I don't think that'll necessarily happen in the Brer Kingdom, but looking at the tides around the world, I think the time when minority of elite holds all the wealth is coming to an end. In Claire's eyes, meek, delicate Lily probably looked like an oracle delivering the prophecy of death. After the revolution happened, what happened to the former nobles? It depends on the country, but most of them are reduced to being citizens of the same status as commoners. Some are executed. Miss Claire! I rushed to support Claire as she tottered. I'm fine, just a bit dizzy. Let's stop here for today. It's too much information to take in once I suggested. I think so too. Lily agreed and she looked guilty to see her words so shocking someone else. Let's see here. Yes, this is plenty for today, Cardinal Lily. May I please come speak to you again? Yes, if an aristocrat like you is willing to come talk to me, then I will do my best to make time as well. Thank you very much. We thanked Lily and the bishop and left the cathedral. The carriage ride home was very quiet. Ray, about what the cardinal said. What do you think? It was complicated, and I'm hungry.
And I'm hungry.
You're doing it again. I know your results from the Academy Aptitude Test. I know you aren't as ridiculous as you pretend to be. Claire sighed. I want to learn how the church worked, but the conversation went in a direction I didn't expect, especially about the revolution. To think something so savage could occur. Savagery was a subject, of course. Some might consider the behavior of the royals and nobles to be far more barbaric. I wonder if the nobles are fated to disappear. Even if you're no longer an aristocrat, I would still protect you, Miss Claire. But she said that nobles are being executed. That depends on the revolution. If you assist the revolutionaries, they might have a reason to be grateful. I offered, but Claire wasn't hearing it. Are you telling me to betray my people? Traitor makes it sound kind of a bad thing. Think of us being an ally of the common folk. I am an aristocrat! Didn't you say you want to abolish poverty? What are you willing to give up for that cause? Oof. Claire stopped short, and complicated look on her face. She generally wanted to do something to address the pain of the people, but she never considered that she might have to give up her own nobility in order to achieve that. Miss Claire, you receive a great deal of new information all at once today. This isn't something you can solve with ease. Let's set aside for tonight and eat. I can get some rest. Yes, you're right. Even so, Claire remained deep in thought for the rest of the ride back. I wondered if she'd be able to sleep that night. Still, all said and done, today had gone pretty well. Now Claire understood the concept of revolution, and she understood the option to stand on the side of the people. A revolution was coming. This much was certain. I didn't have my knowledge of the game, but I wouldn't let things turn out the way they did. I would never let Claire be executed. Miss Claire, I'll protect you no matter what. I swore this in my heart to Claire, who still had her head against the window of the carriage, deep in thought. After we visited Cardinal Lily daily for some time, while Claire heard many things that shocked her, it seemed to me like she was seeking out an ideal society. For my part, I indirectly provided her an overview of Japan's democracy to help develop the understanding. During one of these discussions, I left to visit the ladies' room, and when we took a tea break, on my way back, I overheard something unpleasant. Miss Lily is meeting with the daughter of the Minister of Finance? I know, it's disgusting. Two nuns, who one of them should get the road voice, who probably had been ordered to fetch tea, were talking about Lily behind her back.
Oh, they're nuns. They can get a femme-sounding rod voice.
I know, it's disgusting. I hadn't planned on eavesdropping, but I couldn't help but keep listening. It must be true that Lily is a homosexual and... Well, that just escalated.
They did not. What happens?
How immortal, and while engaged to Prince Yu too. Oh!
She's engaged to Prince Yu?
Yes, she is.
Lily? What about Misha? Misha was close with Prince
Misha,
Yu.
I'm dead inside.
No!
Actually, to be honest with you, though, Misha's no longer a noble, so I think for her, she no longer has that right to stand by you, so which is absolute BS.
Yeah.
But Misha's a very proud, formal noble.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It was then I remembered where I had seen Lily before. She was the character betrothed to you. It had taken me this long to remember because she didn't even appear in the game.
Why did Lily recognize her, though? Huh?
Someone in the comments had said that in the anime that she treated the guy who got hurt.
Okay.
So possibly them.
Okay.
Episode 8, I think it was.
Okay.
Her description in the guide said she had a secret. Was that secret her sexual orientation? This is also Lily's secret too. She's only cardinal because her father is the chancellor, despite her perverted inclinations. Apparently there's more. Some expect you to be the next pope. What a stain on the church that would be. I couldn't restrain myself anymore. Isn't that a little arbitrary? The filth the nuns had been whispering a minute ago was suddenly swept away, replaced by the expression of demure devotion. And who are you? I am Miss Claire's servant, I said.
I like
with
that.
absolute frankness, I am a same-sex love... Oh, wait. Same-sex love really is a terrible thing? One grew evasive. At the very least, I don't think it's natural. The other responded. The one who avoided answering me signaled the other to stop, but apparently she decided this was the hill she would die on. Nuns had a certain amount of status and power in this world, more than commoners at the very least. Even the daughters of nobles sometimes became nuns. There was no reason for this woman to fear a mere maid. Natural? What do you mean by that? Oh wait, no, that's sorry. That was Renee. Sorry, Ray. Natural? What do you mean by that? I asked. Think about it. Same-sex partners can't produce children. It's a relationship that bears no fruit. If birthing children is a condition of legitimate love, I said, then heterosexual couples who aren't able to conceive must not be valid either. Well, and if being natural is desirable, should you refuse medical treatment when you're sick? Medical science defies the course of nature in every instance of its use. And I probably didn't expect me to debate her like this. She grew red in the face, started tripping on her words. Such subversity! Please tell me specifically which part of what I said was sophism. Sophism? I've never heard of sophism.
Where?
Sophism?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Interesting. Otherwise, I'll take your dispute as nothing more than an emotional argument. It doesn't matter what sort of glib answers you come up with. Homosexuality is not normal. It's practiced only by hetero few. So she had switched to the numbers to argument. I'll accept that there are a few homosexuals and heterosexuals, but what does that prove? What's wrong with the numbers being smaller? It's proof it's not normal!
I like the voices you're giving them so much.
Yeah.
It suits them really well.
Alright, so a high number means something is normal? But you haven't explained why abnormal, smaller numbers ought to be considered bad. Well, because... Do you think happening to belong to a majority means you have the right to attack someone in a minority? Ugh, never mind your logic. This is heresy. It's disgusting.
Oh, no.
And there it is, a pure psychological disgust. You can't understand it, and you don't want to understand it, so you simply attack it. And what's wrong with that? But wouldn't you own church object to such rank discrimination? I thought you taught equality under the spirits. Are you sure these values of yours aren't a violation of the church teachings? The nun stopped short, color draining from her face. I don't want to refute you or show you contempt, I said. I only want you to be freed from your bias against homosexuality. There was silence.
I bet there was.
I won't even ask you to understand them, but can't you at least respect them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you homosexual too? She asked, some of the hostility leaving her voice. Oh, this nun wasn't a bad person, as I've said before. Hers was a prevailing opinion in this world. All she did was give voice. Yes, I said. I cannot acknowledge this yet, but I believe I understand what you want to say, and I will think on it.
Oh.
When I devise a rebuke, perhaps we might debate again. Thank you very much. That's enough. She turned and left with the nun who'd been trembling. Whew, I've been gone so longer than I planned to have gotten involved in a complicated discussion to boot. I needed a Claire refill.
A Claire refill.
I was going to hug her so hard once I got back to her. But when I returned, Lily was right there behind me. Woo! She didn't say anything. She just stood there, dumbfounded. Jewel-like tears dripped from her eyes. What happened, Miss Lily? Much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lily sobbed, wrapping her arms around me. Confused, I hugged her back. She was about 2 heads shorter than me, and her dainty body was pressed light. I wanted a cheering dose of Claire, but, well, Lily smelled nice, too. I always thought my feelings were a crime, but you... Lily was crying her heart out. Well, it seemed like those nuns hadn't been spouting rumors. I had no doubt now. Lily was queer. No one has ever affirmed my feelings before. It was so cool the way you said exactly what you think, Ray. Lily looked at me with those red tear-stained face. She was really cute. Remember, you have Claire! Oh! I think I might be in love with you, Ray. Lily said. Just then, there was a sound behind Lily.
I was just thinking, like, because she was hugging Ray, what a bad time this would be for Claire to walk in and see them. Go ahead.
And then there was a sound behind Lily. Oh no. Claire stood there, arms folded, livid. Hey, Ray, say ah. Lily latched onto me, trying to get a drink from her cup. Cardinal Lily, that is improper. My beloved Claire reprimanded as she tilted her own cup elegantly to her lips. Calm as Claire seemed on the outside, I knew the cup she kept putting to her lips had been empty for a while now. Okay, I'm sorry. Claire's face is scary, but Lily's adorable.
Let me see. Oh, that's a cute picture of Ray too. Ray's like, huh?
Also, like, Claire's
like
about to
really
throw some hands.
cute. Yeah, Claire looks pretty scary.
But Lily's too cute. How can you not?
Yeah, she's adorable.
I'd be like, yeah, hug Lily.
Yeah, and Ray's big eyes like, eh?
She's
Pretty cute there. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I found the person in my dreams. I will marry Ray. You cannot marry someone of the same sex in this kingdom, Claire said. In that case, we'll just be lovers. That won't do either, now will it? Claire said. Though I thought I saw a vein popping out of her temple. She set her cup down with an uncharacteristic rattling sound. Are you jelly, Miss Claire? I gasped. I am not jelly. And you, Lily, what about your engagement to you? Our engagement was decided by our parents. It has nothing to do with our feelings. But that's what marriage is, isn't it? Marriage in the Beer Kingdom was pretty different from the marriage in the operated modern Japan. In this kingdom, it was primarily an alliance between houses, and while that might have been particularly the case in Japan's past, nowadays we did things pretty differently. I would rather have love than marriage in that way. Ray is perfect. There was a sharp sound, and Claire's teacup hit the desk. Oh my, this cup is cracked. The handle came off. Will you please get me a new one? Yeah, but that's strange. This cup is brand new. It was pretty obvious what happened, given the cup's handle was partly melted. She melted it!
With her firepower.
If Miss Claire was losing control of her magic, this was bad. I needed to firmly and clearly turn down Miss Lily. Miss Lily, my heart already belongs to another, I said. What? Is that true? No!
Poor Lily.
Ray, it doesn't have to be this way. You have two hands, although
Right.
Claire would not have it.
No.
Yes,
She would not.
I've already devoted my entire life to Miss Claire. I said when I did. Claire lifted her chin with a proud look on her face. She was so cute. Miss Claire, is that true? I have no such intentions, but this person is free to think whatever she likes. Claire said with confidence that particularly stemmed from her hiding her embarrassment, partially from already being the winner. Oh, I see. In that case, I still have a chance.
Right?
Lily is so great! Lily is so great!
That. You keep trying to resist Claire, but this is the hole you're digging yourself into.
If Ray's love is still unrequited, I will win her over. No, I mean, it's fine, Lee insisted. I've heard that women are better off with people who love them, rather than people whom they love. Claire and I both put our heads in our hands at Lily's sudden increased intensity. When we first met her, we thought her a timid, meek little creature, but we now knew that she had an aggressive, impulsive side too. Also, Master, you like someone else too. No, not me, she said almost under her breath.
Misha.
I sensed a hint of loneliness in the utterance. And who would that be? I don't know, but he told me that there's someone he has liked for a long time. It has to be Misha, right?
Misha.
I suspect it's probably Misha.
Yep.
Despite the desire of the game's design, I hadn't approached you, so the only likely candidate was her. They were childhood friends after all, and he said for a long time, so it made sense. Ray, what can I do to make you fall in love with me? Oh my gosh. Lily, you're perfect!
She's trying so hard.
She's so cute! How can you deny this little ball of bubbly but also fierceness? I'm just like, I might have a new best girl.
Oh.
Damn. This is interesting. I can't. I only have eyes for Miss Claire. No, I won't give up.
Oh,
This is the first time I felt this way. I finally know love. Oh my gosh, love. Lily said, looking at me as if she were dreaming. I wasn't sure how to react. First loves never last, I said. Then Ray's love for Claire won't last either. No, because it isn't my first love. Huh? The two of them looked at each other. Ray, you've been in love with someone other than me? Yes. Oh, really? What was your first love like, Ray? Lily asked.
She wants to hear all
I'm
about
not giving
it.
you any ideas, Miss Lily. I want to hear too, Claire said. It's not really an interesting story. There was a girl that I was close to, and I liked her, but she turned me down. I want to know more, Lily exclaimed. Stop grumbling and tell us everything. It wasn't a very pleasant story. I'm telling you, it's really boring. Are you sure you want to hear it? Yes, please, Lily begged. Hurry up with it, Claire demanded. Fine. It happened when I was in junior high. Let's see here. Oh, is this actually... Oh, present day! Okay. Now remember, this guy's a complete and total nerd. I wanted to say, don't make him laugh when he asked me to go out with him, but really, it wasn't funny at all. Don't say that, Misaki. He must have been doing his best. So, like, who the... Oh, so Ray is still Ray, but it's R-E-I in the real world. Oh, you're so sweet, Kosaki, to even have sympathy for a mega nerd like that. That's not true. Ray, you agree, right? I turned around when I heard my name. A girl with short hair, dyed brown, and another with black medium-length bob were looking at me. We were in a classroom at Yurikakoa Academy, junior high. My name was Ray Ohashi, and my two best friends were having fun chatting about random stuff. Ray? It's nothing. Well, Misaki has all the guys chasing after her, so she really has high standards? Such a gamer. I finally said, that's true. Kosaki nodded furiously in agreement. Misaki was the queen bee of our class. She got good grades, was athletic, bright and outgoing. So is she like one of her friends, I wonder? And good at expressing herself. Kosaki and I were her sidekicks. Kosaki was timid kind of girl. People rode roughshod all over. Okay. But she and Misaki had bonded over their similar names. If they were known at school as the Saki-Saki combo, if Misaki was a beautiful rose, Kosaki was a dandelion, blooming by the side in the road. The only thing I had going for me, meanwhile, was my height. I was ordinary in every other way. I had to compare myself to a flower. I'd probably be a Canadian goldenrod. I didn't like being in the spotlight, but I had somehow been drawn into Misaki's clique. Though my reasons for being there were starting to change. I wonder, Misaki said. I mean, nerds like that, they all get, nerds like that think all girls are two-dimensional. You're just being judgmental, Misaki. But it's true. My older brother had a bunch of manga that he let me read. It was bad. I didn't really read manga or watch anime. Oh, Ray never did. Interesting. But I thought she wasn't being entirely fair to assume all nerds were perverts who either fantasize about girls or idolize them. I didn't say that out loud, of course. I wasn't the best at reading the room. Yeah, no, really? But I was sharp enough to realize that contradicting Misaki would be dangerous. Kosaki had been forgiving her tiny objection just now because she was Misaki's favorite. Anyway, Misaki continued, some girls are nerds too. Those are called, what, boys love manga? The ones where guys are doing it with other guys? Gross! That shocked me, even though I wasn't a big yaoi reader. The opposite, in fact. I forced myself to look away from Kosaki, whom I had been glancing at okay. I had been infatuated with Kosaki as of late. She was adorable, like a cute little animal, and I was still a girl who liked cute things. At first, I thought that was all it was. But the way she flipped her hair, the color of her lip gloss, her bashful expression, every little thing she did make my heart flutter. I wasn't completely clueless. I read about lesbians in yuri manga, and I recognized myself in them. At the time, though, I thought these thoughts were something was wrong with me, the way I felt, and so I did my best to hide my feelings. Being an outlier at school made you a target, and more than anything, I didn't want Misaki to find out what I was really thinking. Someone like her, Misaki pointed to another girl who had naturally curly hair and wore glasses. Katano's always drawing, isn't she? Stuff like that nasty manga. That's not true, Kosaki protested. She's really good. Kosaki, why would you defend someone like that? Misaki retorted in a voice much louder than the other one. Katano must have heard them, but she continued quietly concentrating on her drawing. What do you think, Ray? Isn't it gross? I don't really know much about that stuff. I said, right? It's impossible to understand. It's so sick. I tried to give a neutral response, but Misaki had twisted it into affirmation. I wondered what Katano thought of me. When I glanced up at her, she looked my way, and our eyes met. Flustered, I looked away. What is it, Katano? You have something to say? She's such a jerk. Misaki said threateningly, noticing Katano looking at us. Not really. Kanado replied meekly and then went back to her drawing. What's up with her? Creepy!
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Misaki spat out. Misaki! Geez, sorry, Katano! Kasaki interceded. Guilt welled up in my chest, but I couldn't go explaining to Misaki what I really meant to say. Not now. I'd just be giving her ammo to use both against Katano and myself. This is exactly why I hate nerds, Misaki complained. They can never read the room. That's coming up an awful lot.
Yeah.
She kept going, ranting about nerds, including Katano. I thought she was going too far, but I didn't dare protest. I was too afraid of being cast out of the fragile social network of our class. Even the tiniest thing could get you ostracized. Still, I envied Katano. She could say what she wanted without worrying about upsetting the balance. She had the strength that I didn't. I was jealous of how she seemed not to fear solitude. If I could be like her, then Kasaki and I could... I shook my head to chase away the dangerous thoughts I almost had. What is it, Ray? Kasaki tilted her head at me. Nothing. I laughed and shoved it off. It's like they say, right? Young girls who are close as we are sometimes feel similar to romantic love. When I get older, I'm sure I'll like boys like everyone else. Nope. I'm not abnormal. I was younger and afraid, but people can't stay children forever, and it wasn't long before I learned out the hard way.
One more segment?
Yep, one more segment.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hey, Ashi! A male called to me after class. Yes? I stopped packing up my things and walked over. Sorry, but can you take these printouts to Katano's house? He handed me a stack of papers. The top one was for a parent-teacher conference. She's home with the flu, and if she doesn't get this printout in time, her parents may not be able to come. Why me? You live close to her house. There's the address. I started to notice that the class was watching this conversation with curiosity. Can't you just take pictures and email them to her? Ask someone else who knows her. Well, I don't know her email address, and if you know someone who does have it, you're welcome to ask them to do it. Thanks. The teacher said getting up to leave.
She's like, goodbye.
Hey, wait. He was gone. I shrugged and resumed getting ready to go home, a sinking feeling in my stomach. What a disaster. You can't go to that mega nerd's house, Misaki said. Misaki, don't call her that, said Kosaki. It's just like the Misaki and the Kosaki, and I'm like, okay.
Right.
It can't be helped. See you at school tomorrow.
Oh.
I hurried through saying goodbye to Saki combo and left the school. It turned out that Katano lived surprisingly close to me, pretty much kitty corner to my house. Since my dad had to move a lot for work, I didn't have any childhood friends around. We might have said hello to neighbors when we were moved in, but I hadn't met every single one of them. I would never know Katano lived there if my teacher had sent me home. Sent me to her. I dropped my stuff at home, then picked up the bundle of printouts to take to Katano's home. I took a deep breath in the front door. For some reason, I was extremely nervous when I rang the doorbell. Okay. Yes? A voice said over the intercom. I'm Ohashi, a classmate of Shika. Oh, her first name is Shika. That's cute. I came to deliver the printouts we got while Shika was absent. Oh, thank you. Please come in. The front door was unlocked. I planned to hand the printouts and leave, but flustered by Katano and Mom's invitation. I couldn't just stand there gapping. I went inside. Hello. I said, it's nice to meet you. Come in. I'm so glad to see Shiko does have such a good friend. What was I planning to say? I wasn't actually her friend. I saw myself mid-sentence and instead decided to do what I came for. Here are the printouts. Parent-teacher conferences are coming up, so the teacher asked you that you please work out on the schedule. Thank you, I'm sorry, but will you take them to Shiko's room? I can't take my hands off the stove right now, her mother said. Is she gonna, something gonna happen? I'm like, I'm gonna get nervous too. That's not foreboding at all.
Right.
Oh, I don't know where her room is, I said confused. On the second floor in the back. I couldn't escape. I decided just to hurry up and hand them off. I climbed the stairs, stood in front of the room at the end of the hall where a door plate read Shiko. That's such a cute name. It's like Shiho.
Oh.
I missed that anime. I knocked 3 times. There was no response. I knocked again, but there was still no response. Was she sleeping? What was I supposed to do? Wait, this was perfect. If she was asleep, then I could just put the printouts on her desk, tell her mother goodbye, be on my way. Excuse, I said in a voice, opening the door quietly as possible. Wow, amazing. Katano's room was epitome of nerd rooms. There were anime posters on the wall, rows of manga on the bookshelf, a glass display filled with figures, all the kinds of merch that I'd never known existed. I caught myself glancing over and I saw Katano sleeping soundly in her bed. I didn't want to wake her up while I stared at her wonders of her room. This is my chance. The room might have been overflowing with anime merchandise, but the space around her desk was clean and neat. When I went to set down the bundle of printouts, I accidentally moved the computer mouse, waking up the computer from sleep mode. This is a manga? The image that appeared on the screen was two naked girls. Woo! Two naked girls looking into each other's eyes. I'd heard people were drawing manga on computers lately. The illustration was fascinating. One of the girls looked shy and had a bob cut, while the other was tall with an open, honest expression. Even though they were both naked, strangely, I didn't find the pictures vulgar at all. In fact, it was drawn with a delicate touch that made it beautiful. I used Kosaki and you as the models. She knows she likes Kosaki! I heard a barely audible voice that flipped around to see Katano sitting up in bed in her pajamas. Oh, no, I was utterly confused. It's okay. You came to bring me the printouts, right? Katano was calm, which helped me calm down too. Sorry, I looked without asking, I said. Nuh-uh. I didn't ask if I could see you as a model, so I guess we're even. Katano said. She looked much cuter without her glasses and happier than she would at school too. What do you mean by models? It sounds like Masaki thinks I'm a yaoi fan, but it's actually the opposite. I'm into Yuri. Yes, Shiko.
Perfect.
Taking the conversation in a direction I hadn't expected, Katana went over to tell me that she was writing a manga with a theme of love between women. Do you think it's disgusting? I don't think it's disgusting. I hadn't planned to tell her the truth, but the words came out anyway. Suppose that's true, Katana mused. What's true? I asked immediately, regretting it. I mean, you like Kosaki, don't you?
Huh? There it
Looking
is.
back at my expression must have been comical, but it wasn't funny at the time. What are you talking about? You don't have to hide it. I told you, I'm into Yuri. I don't have any problems with that sort of thing. The matter of fact that she had said that scared me. If Katana knew about my crush on Kosaki, my social life could end tomorrow. I desperately tried to deny it. No, not me. I'm not some kind of weirdo. Weirdo? Is it weird? Katana seemed very calm, even though I was getting worked up. Isn't anyone free to like who they want? I was too dumbfounded to string together a sentence in reply. Ignoring me, Katana took some books from her shelf and put them in a bag with a picture of an anime character. Try reading these if you want, she said. I looked down, the book on top like a novel. There were drawings of beautiful young girls on the cover. I'm sure it'll help you relax. For some reason, I couldn't bring myself to refuse. Maybe deep down I wanted someone to affirm what I was feeling. Whatever the reason, I accepted the books. Let me know what you think after you read it, Katano said, and then crawled back into her bed. Her breathing was heavy. She would asleep again in minutes. Still dazed, all I could do was leave and go back downstairs. Oh, are you leaving already? You're welcome to stay for dinner. No, I think my mom is making me something. Oh, well, then next time. Yes, goodbye. I left Katano's house. That night, I read the book Katano loaned me, and then my world changed forever.
She's like, I'm gay now.
Yeah, that. That. So,
yeah,
this chapter's really good so far.
That was quite a story.
Lily is like, how do you think, you like the Lily voice?
Yeah, I like the Lily voice a lot. That was a nice voice for her, yeah.
I know, I kind of feel like when the commenters said like episode 8 or whatever, I don't know what she sounds like, so maybe I'll go back and check and see. But dude, Lily's great, okay? She's like, okay, first she's like I like the shy timid girls, right? But I also like feisty girls. So
she's both.
She's both. So it's like, and she's cute. She's not gonna give up.
No.
Oh man, I love it. I think
this is gonna be interesting to see how Claire deals with this. We've seen a little bit, but I think there's more to come.
The thing about it too is that we essentially, it's called You Secret, right? But we've only seen a little bit, and we're actually learning more about like Lily's secret, which is that she likes women,
and also Ray's
secret too.
So it's that like, she liked girls as a girl. Yeah,
so it's very interesting, right? Cute little Lily. She's so precious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it so far. It's really good. It was like, I'm like, oh, we gotta read more. Yeah, but good stuff. Yeah, we actually we haven't gotten a picture in a while too. It was nice to see a picture. It's like, although Claire's like, what?
Yeah, Claire's face though. Obviously, we needed that.
Yeah, obviously we did need that too. It's really interesting too, seeing like Ray's past life, right? She was essentially into this girl. The Saki combo, and that's just like one of them she liked, the other one she didn't, and she's like, if this girl can tell, but this girl likes Yuri, so usually if you like that kind of stuff, you're like, oh, that girl likes that girl.
Right.
So I don't think,
she's shipping.
Do you think she's gonna confess to Kosaki?
No idea.
Because it's still gonna be after that break. It's still more of the story from her previous.
Yeah, I don't really have any indication from the story. What about you?
I don't know. We do know that she had said that first love don't last. So I'm like, did she just didn't reciprocate, or they tried and didn't work out? Like, we don't know. We're not gonna know until next chapter, or not next part of this chapter. But it's gonna be interesting to see like what both Lily and Claire think too.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a very happy story, so I don't really want to talk about it. Like, just let me know. No, I'm not going to, Claire. But I want to know. Okay.
If you want to know, then definitely have to say it.
But I will say, while Rhea is very devoted to Claire, she at least will be like, oh, well, Lily's really cute. She's like, no, wait, you have Claire. It's like,
yeah, she's still a fangirl, okay?
Yep.
So she's still fangirling over Lily.
I know, and Lily like, so I have a chance. It's like,
yeah, Claire trying to deny that it's like such a big thing, and then Lily just jumps right in there.
Well, I think it's actually quite fitting because, as you know, Lily, the flower, what it represents. So I'm like, clever. I like it. Yeah.
It just like shows up a lot in Yuri.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Lily's great. And let's see how far we are now. So if I do this,
slide the bookmark up a little.
We're really, we're getting there. We're still not half of the way though.
Let's see if I had to guess. Like, we're probably more than 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, what page is this anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, 162!
Okay. That's a good dent. Yeah.
Yeah, because like over like 400 pages, I think, in this one. So we're getting there.
Let's see. How many pages? Oh, there's the afterword. Yeah, 415, and then there's like a little one page afterward.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 side stories too at the end of this one. It said in the table of contents. So yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, still curious to know more about what's going on with you.
Yeah.
His secret so far is not what I thought. His secret partially is that he is really a part of the commoner movement. Yeah. I suppose that's not like. It's not as surprising, but it's like, okay, here's this secret, but you're like, there's got to be more to this than that. I can't wait to see more of this chapter because it's so interesting, especially going back to see like Rey when she was in high school, and she was with like this very popular girl who had another like. Was it high school? I thought it said junior high.
Oh, junior high.
Wasn't right?
Junior high, yeah. But still, like, Rey seems to kind of be like mostly to herself, and so it seems like she was in. I wonder if she's into gaming at the time because she was not in anime or manga. She didn't mention games, but. Yeah. It seems like, that Katana, like, opened up her eyes because she said whatever the stuff she gave her, like, changed her forever. So it's going to be really curious to see how that happens. I do feel like, though, if she does say how her feelings are for the other one, I'm not sure how it's going to go. It's going to be really interesting, especially because Misaki is, like, not about that. So, like, let's just say, like, the other one was into it. Then that would be a problem because then Misaki would be like, I'm done with you, okay?
It would completely break up their friendship and everything.
She's like one of those like, girls. That's gonna be her voice from now on.
Okay.
She'll be like, I don't really understand.
Yeah. Also, the nun voices you did were great too. The gossiping nuns. Yes. You made them sound a little. I don't know how to describe it. Like, kind of nasty.
Yeah, well,
in their tone.
If they're nasty, they get it. We didn't get the Prince Rod voice, unfortunately.
Right?
But,
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll show up because this is UC. Maybe he won't.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't.
Maybe not.
Yep. I can't wait for more. It's so fun.
Same here. Well, thanks y'all so much for hanging out with us while we read more of I'm in Love with the Villainess. If you enjoyed hanging out with us here and would like to chat in with us live, you can join our YouTube channel membership where we do monthly live streams. Look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we will be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters.